All right, let us say hello to one half of the main event of UFC Vegas 111 this Saturday at the Apex. Randy Brown facing Gabriel Bonfim. Big one for Rude Boy. Randy, how are you, sir?
Good. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, look, I know you've signed posters ahead of fights and you've been on some big cards in the past, but now the poster you're signing is yours. Your face, your name. What is that like? Is that pretty surreal for you?
Yeah, that's a good feeling. That's a really good feeling. I feel like it's been a long time coming, and it's a good time to take full advantage of the opportunity.
And you've been on a very good run in this division. You're 4-1 your last five. In my
Mhm.
humble opinion, you should be on a 5-fight win streak, with the Brian Battle fight being a controversial one. But you're coming off just an insane fight with Nicolas Dalby. It was the fight of the night, show stealing performance. I'm curious, where does that one rank for you in terms of your best wins, best moments, best fights of your career?
That's up there, man. That's top three. That's top three for me. That's if not top two. That's up there. That's a great fight, for me, and a great opportunity, a great moment that I'll remember forever. I mean, and it's not even much so the performance, right? It's more so even the experience of the crowd, the crowd chanting my name and then me, finishing him, the crowd chanting my name before and after, and then finishing him the way I did, and hearing them roar for me like that, that was cool.
And I just gotta say, with what was at stake in that fight and the moment, the finish, the chanting of the name, I thought you got a little bit hosed, Randy. If I'm being honest, I thought you should have double bonus there. What do you think?
It's all good, man. It's all good. I'm I'm never one to complain. My entire career has been this, me having to work twice as hard and just the less beaten path and just grinding it out. You know what I mean? So I'm good with it. And I thought, there were other guys on the card that deserved, bonuses as well. So it's all good. There's plenty enough to go around for everybody.
So we're spreading the wealth.
Yeah, we're spreading it around, man. They just got to be smart and do the right thing. They'll be okay.
Yeah, and complaining about that just makes everything just feel worse, right? It takes away
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
moment.
Yeah, it was a great moment, and then plenty of good things came out of it. So I'm chilling.
Yeah, and you got a main event for it. So if you didn't get a
Here
second
we are.
bonus, you got a main event. And
Yeah.
the timing's great too, because the division is in a really interesting place right now. There's some big fights coming up this month. The title is on the line next weekend. So
Yeah.
it's your chance to sort of set the tone for a big slate at 170 this month. And you get Gabriel Bonfim, who is 18-1. He's on 3-fight win streak. Is this the opponent or sort of the range you expected? I know you wanted to get a ranked guy, and now you got one.
Um, it doesn't matter to me, right? As long as he had a number, and I believe that I can be in there with the best in the world. You know what I mean? I've trained with some of the best in the world. I've been in there with some of the best in the world, and I consider myself one of the best in the world. So it didn't matter who it was. It didn't matter. I'm excited for the opportunity, and it won't go to waste. We're gonna put on a show. We are the show. I can't say we're gonna steal the show because we are the show, and we're gonna do just what we're intended to do.
His last fight was a close one. He fought Wonder Boy. It was sort of a controversial win on that Nashville card. And personally, watching it live, I did score for Wonder Boy, but it's not like it was a
And so,
robbery. It was a very close fight.
mhm.
Did you watch it? Did you think the judges got it right, or were you with me and thought Wonder Boy might have got that one?
Thought Wonder Boy took it. I thought Wonder Boy took it for sure. But what can we do, right? I've been on that end of things too. And can't really do much about it. You just got to reassess and hope that the company doesn't penalize you for it, especially if it's blatant. But a situation like that, it was a close fight, but I do think Wonder Boy stole it. But what can you do?
Hey, it set you up for this fight. So everything worked out the way it was supposed to. And obviously, a win
No.
here is huge and gets you into the top 15 more than likely, which means some
Mhm.
bigger fights are on the horizon. And like you said, you feel like you've had to work twice as hard. And I feel like you've been knocking on that door for a while, and now you're ready to kick that thing down. What does
Yeah.
a win here in this main event mean to you in your place in this division?
A win would be nice, man. A win means a lot, but even more so than a win, just going out there and having a performance, having a performance that solidifies, that speaks to my skill set and speaks to my abilities and just speaks to, my experience and how long I've been around. I think that something like that propels me and maybe, you know, leapfrogs me a little bit, and I'm not looking to steal a number. I'm looking to leapfrog and potentially, get up in there in the top 10.
I know you're hoping this doesn't go 5 rounds. You like to get this done early and go
Mhm.
enjoy the sights and sounds of Las Vegas for a little while after a win. But 5 rounds, like it puts you in a position where at least you're ready for these big spots and further main events and maybe fighting for the title sometime. So
Yeah.
is there a part of you that hopes this goes a little long so you gain that experience a little bit?
No. No, not at all. Not at all. I need to get in there and get it done. But we're prepared, and the training was extremely difficult and extremely hard. But we're prepped. We're prepped, and if that's the case, I'm prepared to do that. I'm prepared for 10. Would I like it to be 5 rounds, 10 rounds? Absolutely not. But if it goes there, it goes there. But based on our styles, I don't really see it going there unless he wants to try to you know hug me for 5 rounds. But based off of his last performance, I don't really see him wanting to do that again.
Well, how does it all go down on Saturday? What are all the headlines going to read, so to speak?
Well, I can't tell you what the headlines are because you guys already know, depending on what happens. But what I can tell you is how it goes down is, me getting my hand raised in the end and, winning in a spectacular fashion. But it'll be a show. It'll be an exciting show, a good fight.
Like I mentioned before, you're setting the tone for the title fight. It's on the line next week. We got Jack Della Maddalena, a man you are familiar with, and he's
Hmm.
facing Islam Makhachev, who's moving up to 170. And I'm curious, I'm sure you'll be watching that fight pretty closely. How do you
Yeah.
see that one going down? And can JDM slay the dragon?
I think JDM is pretty damn good. Obviously, I've been in there with him, and I think he can. I don't think that there's a scenario where if Islam can't take him to the ground, that he wins that fight. If there's if Islam is not a this great striker or anything like that, right? I think, and where Jack is a tremendous boxer. He has great eyes in the pocket, good combination punches, a good chin, durable. He's a bruiser. He's a bruiser type of boxer, and that type of pressure, man, on someone that relies on getting you down in order to win. If you can't get that, I know there's no world where we're going to see Makachev outboxing or head kicking, you know, Jack Madalena. You know what I mean? I just don't see that. So I'm going with Jack for this one.
It's got to be a good fight. And one thing I wanted to ask you about was, there's a lot of controversy going on right now, and I'm sure you've seen. But one thing that has been in the headlines since UFC 321 is the conversation about eye pokes. We saw it in the Tom Aspinall Cyril Gahn fight, ended up being a no contest, and then we saw it again last week in the Waldo Cortez Acosta fight with Antti Delija. Eye poke leads to a finish, and then it's reviewed, and then it was got to be a no contest, and then they restarted it, and Waldo, after getting poked in the eye, gets the finish. And I've always been of the belief, just being sort of a all encompassing sports fan, that every foul should have some sort of repercussion, especially eye pokes and low blows. And I know fence grabs and a lot of that. It feels like you have to do something 25 times before a point is taken or something actually happens from a repercussion standpoint. What is your stance on that? Should eye pokes just be like automatic point deductions or something? Like, I just feel like some of this stuff needs to improve and improve quickly.
I mean, you and a lot of people, including myself, share the same sentiment. I mean, it's obviously an issue. But here's the thing. It's easy for people outside to just say, hey, point deduction immediately, eye poke, it's a foul. A foul is a foul. It's easy, just close your fist. It depends on the fighter's style. It depends on how they fight, right? It depends on your attributes as well and your makeup. Some people have bigger hands, longer fingers, right? And you can't fight squeezing your fist the entire time. Then you'll be bound up. You can't parry punches. You know what I mean? Even when you kick, your hands have to be open so that your posterior chain is loose so that you can get these kicks out. And a lot of people don't really understand those things, right? So they think that if someone gets eye poked, it's oh, he's dirty, get dirty fighter. These things are all is I want to say eye pokes are 95% of the time unintentional, right? It's just a thing that happens with the type of gloves that we wear and the sport that we're in. And I think that there shouldn't be an automatic eye poke, an automatic point deduction. What I do think that there is something needs to be done, whether it's with the gloves or whether it's some sort of rule, one warning, then after that, you know, so the fighter can be aware and know, like, all right, I have to make these adjustments right now, because if it happens again, then a point deduction. But I truly don't even have the answers. I just think that something has to be done, but I don't think, oh, automatic point deduction, because then what happens is, fighters start to get targeted as well. You know what I mean? I've been in situations where I'm backstage and because I've poked people in the eye before unintentionally, and the referee came backstage to me, warning me backstage before I even fought. That was because of what Dalby was complaining about leading up to the fight. So now I'm like, because of what happened in a previous fight, that has nothing to do with him. All right. Now he's taking that, and now the ref is coming to me backstage. So now I already got a strike. So you create a narrative that I think is not good. Even because guys, there's no fighter that's looking to poke you in the eye intentionally. Unless John Jones or something like that. But there's no, there's no fighter that's like intentionally going out there. It's like, oh, I'm gonna kick him in the balls, or I'm gonna poke him in the eye. Like, you're trying to win. You're trying to fight. You're trying to win. Things happen. It's 100 miles per hour. And I think that something needs to be done, but I don't think that's the answer.
Yeah, because like if you're watching an NFL game and there's like a pass downfield and a defensive player just accidentally kind of bumps into the offensive player trying to get after the same ball, he didn't mean to like cause pass interference. It wasn't intentional, but it's
Right.
still called, right?
Yeah, but it's two different sports. That's throwing a ball, right? We are intentionally looking to inflict damage, right? So sometimes inflicting damage, things are gonna happen like on it. Like, if we're borderline walking against the fouls, I need to inflict as much damage to you as possible, right? Without fouling you. I need to chop your legs, chop your thighs, the inside. If you're a southpaw, I'm throwing front kicks. You're throwing back kicks at me, but I can't kick you in the balls. I'm not trying to, but we're trying to hurt each other. And if I accidentally kick you in the balls, oh, point deduction. Now that changes the whole thing in the fight. I think that's I think that's weird. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that changes the whole framework of like the sport, which is, I think there is no answer to that, to way to fix it. I don't Maybe there is. I don't have the answer, but I don't think immediate point deduction does anything. I don't think that's gonna help, other
What?
than just, sorry, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say like I'm okay with like one warning. Like if it
Yes,
happens
me
one
too.
warning and then it happens, it's fine. Like fence grabs, I don't think should be a point deduction. But if like if you're trying to take Bonfim down and he grabs the fence,
Hmm.
the referee should stop the fight. He should
Hmm.
be on his back, and you should be on top of him, and then the fight should continue. If it
I
happens
agree.
again, I still don't think it's a point. It should go to the middle of the cage into the center of the octagon. You get the takedown. He's nowhere near the fence. And then if it happens a third time, it's a point. I'm just saying, I just want something to be done. Now I understand things aren't done purposely, but yeah, I mean, if we live in a world where it's one warning and then it's a point, I will happily live in that world, Randy. I just
Yeah,
feel
me
like we're
too.
not living in that world. We're getting 5, 6 warnings before. All
That's
right, now
fair.
this is the last warning, Randy. If you do it
Yeah.
again, I swear to God, I'm taking a point this time.
Yeah, I like that. One warning, point after. One warning, point after. I think that's good. And I will tell you, I think grabbing the cage is worse than poking somebody in the eye.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Please
And
explain
and I
this.
and I may be I may that may be a hot take, but I think that, because grabbing the cage, they say it's a reflex, which it is, right? But there's guys where I've seen grab and hold. There's a difference between grabbing and there's a difference between grabbing and holding, right? There's times where I was about to get, or almost feel like I'm getting taken down, and the reflex is, it happened to me. The reflex is just whoa, but you grab and release. It's like, oh, you realize because you stop. But if you just and then you lock your fingers in there, I think points got to point. You got to take the point.
I like this. If look, you could be a fighter, you could be part of the commission, be part of the rule set. I like this, Randy. I think we're fixing MMA today in this conversation. Leading in what timing? Leading into this big main event at the Apex this Saturday against Gabriel Bonfim. Randy, great catching up with you, my man. Appreciate the time. All the best to you in the fight on Saturday.
Anytime, man. Any man. Thank
All
you.
right.